going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode here on my Big Bro Life channel. Today I'm kicking it by myself because my girlfriend is busy with her friends and my friends are working, so that leaves me, the dogs, and this beautiful weather here in Dallas. But to be completely honest with you guys, I wasn't always super comfortable doing things by myself. I love it now, but to be honest, I used to be afraid of it. And there's this term called monophobia where it's like this catch-all term of being afraid of doing things alone. Maybe you're afraid of living by yourself, or you're afraid of going out in public by yourself, or maybe you're just afraid to be away from the presence of the people that you love, or just people in general. And that is totally okay. I understand it. We've all been there. Do not think you're alone. But today I want to talk to you about why and how you can do things by yourself, because it's amazing. And I think doing things by yourself and doing things alone is one of the greatest things you can do in your life, because you should be the most important to yourself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Your relationship with yourself is probably the most important relationship you're ever going to have in your life. And I think sometimes we don't think of ourselves as a person that we're in a relationship with. We're so focused on everybody outside, like our friends and our family, but the reality is we're the most important person to us. And it may sound a little dramatic, but think of it this way. You can cut off a best friend. You can turn your back on a family member. You can break up or divorce a spouse if you have to, but you can never, no matter how hard you try, you cannot walk out on yourself, because you will be with yourself every second of your entire life until you die. The thing is, your relationship with yourself requires the same amount of effort you put into any other relationship in your life. I mean, patience, time, love, self-care, all these things are important, because how do you expect to build a relationship with yourself? How do you expect to build any relationship that doesn't have these things? And it's no wonder we're afraid to be by ourselves, because we don't like ourselves. We don't know ourselves well enough. We haven't built that relationship with ourselves well enough to be by ourselves. Now, you guys might be thinking, okay, Tim, I actually have the best relationship with myself ever. I love myself. I'm my favorite person. So I don't know what you're talking about. Good. That is the most important thing. That is the whole goal of this channel. So congratulations on that. But on the flip side of that, if that's not your issue is more than likely coming from society. And if you guys have been here for a while, you know what my viewpoints are on society. Screw you, society. But what I mean by that is, society has these certain rules that tell us what's cool and what's not cool, and unfortunately doing things by yourself tends to be on the not so cool side of that spectrum. But that's a whole different topic for this video, and I promise you we're going to cover it. But I want to go out and about and do things by ourselves and show you that it's not so bad while we discuss this topic. I just want to know what asshole woke up one day and was like, you know what, if you do things by yourself, you're a total loser, you should make more friends, because you know what, screw you, you are wrong, and I'm going to show you guys why they're wrong. Okay, this probably wasn't the best place to pick to stop and talk, because I don't know, this isn't a library, but I feel like I still shouldn't talk very loud in a bookstore. I don't really know the rules here, so we're gonna go somewhere else for the talking portion. Okay, so in my experience, there's two main fears that we have when it comes to doing things out in public by ourselves. The first fear is that you're afraid you're not going to have fun by yourself. How are you supposed to have fun when there's nobody else around you? And two, and probably the most important fear, is that we're afraid that people around us are going to judge us for being by ourselves. Let's say you're afraid because you don't think you're going to have fun by yourself. Do not worry, that is okay. I have been there. These people in this mall have all been there. We've all been there at some point in our lives. Don't worry. But the thing is, it's my favorite thing to prove wrong, because just by going out and exploring and doing things by yourself, you realize that you're not really that bad. You can have as much fun as you want with yourself, just as much as you have with anybody else. There's actually a scientific study done for this one, where a couple people went to an art gallery. Some of them went in a group and some of them by themselves. And at the end of it, they asked each other, and they all had just the same amount of fun. So it doesn't matter when you're by yourself. Go out, do stuff by yourself, and realize that you're actually really fun. You can have fun with yourself. You don't need other people to have fun. Now, the second half of the fear is you're afraid people are going to judge you in public. And believe me, I get that. That is like me since this entire YouTube channel started. Do you know how hard it is for me to walk around with this 5-pound camera rig and everybody's staring at me 24/7 as I film myself in public? It wasn't easy for me, believe me, but I got used to it because I just stopped giving a shit what people thought about me. Now, I've made an entire video about this one topic before, but I want to sprinkle it in here because it still makes sense, and when you have the whole view, it makes a lot more sense on why we're the way we are. But there's this weird phenomenon in our society called the spotlight effect, where we're all so selfish that we think that the universe revolves around us. We think that the spotlight is always shining on us, as if people are always staring at us and wondering what we're doing. But what makes that even funnier is when you really get down to it and realize just how selfish we are and how self-consumed we are as humans. it's so funny because nobody actually cares. Like, we're all thinking that same thing. Like, we all think we're at the center of the universe. We all think that we're, like, everyone's judging us. But the funny thing is, like, since we're so concerned about who's judging us, we're not actually judging other people. We don't have the time to care about other people. I'm sitting here in the parking lot rambling to a camera, and there's people sitting, like, right next to me, probably staring at me. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, they think I'm weird. And in their head, they probably think, oh, he's looking back at me. Because we're all more concerned with our own problems and our own selves to be concerned with the people around us. Like, when I go eat dinner by myself and I see somebody else sitting by themselves, my thought isn't, oh, like, what a loser. My thought is, like, I hope they don't think I'm a loser. And the same goes for whenever I see anyone by themselves anywhere else. We're all so concerned judging ourselves that we don't really have the time or the energy to judge other people. And once you realize that, you just realize that it's kind of, one, a little sad, but two, it's hilarious because we're so concerned with ourselves that nobody's actually judging you. We're just too busy judging ourselves. And it's like I said with this camera thing, when I first started carrying around this entire camera setup with this big old puffy microphone and this giant lens, I thought to myself, I probably look like an idiot. I'm walking around in public with this giant camera in my hand. If you watch some of my old videos, I'm sitting there like looking side to side because I'm more concerned about what other people are doing. Like, I'm afraid of their judgment. But once I realized that, you know, they're more curious about what I'm doing because it's abnormal for someone to walk around with a giant camera. They're just curious about what I'm doing. Once I realized that, and one, just stopped giving a shit what people thought, I started to feel so much better about myself. I started being able to film and do all kinds of stuff by myself because being by myself is amazing and I love it so much. Alrighty, so here's the deal. You guys, I'm gonna challenge you to go out and start doing more things by yourself because the only way you can get better at doing anything is by practicing and then practicing some more. I mean, the longer you hold yourself back, the more you're gonna miss out on in life. Like, you're gonna miss out on so many fun things because you're afraid of doing things by yourself. So I'm challenging you, take yourself on a date, go for a walk, go to the park, go to the movies, go to get dinner by yourself. I don't care. Do whatever it is you have to do, but do it by yourself and continue to do things more and more by yourself and still hang out with your friends, hang out with people. I'm not telling you to just do things by yourself all the time, but you're gonna be pretty surprised when you start doing it more and more and you realize just how much you like it. So please, that is it. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm telling you, I'm begging you, please go out, try it. Just go do some things by yourself and then come back here and comment like, oh my God, Tim, you were right. Like, my mind is blown. The world is in so many different colors now. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, joining me today, hanging out with me while I was lonely and kicking it with me. So thank you guys so much. Love you all very much. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I don't care. It's your life. I will see you guys in the next video.